Business innovation online continues despite the recession. Joining us for this week's Smith Business Close-Up is Alexander Atkin, a recent MBA graduate. Reed, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
You recently started a company called Legal River. What do you do?
Well, Legal River is a marketplace where small to medium-sized businesses and lawyers can connect. So what Lending Tree is doing for mortgages, Legal River is doing for business law.
And is there competition, or are you first into that space?
We're the only people who are actively trying to create a legal services marketplace. So while, of course, there's other avenues for lawyers to market themselves and businesses to find lawyers, in terms of a marketplace, Legal River is the one.
Well, what's the advantage for somebody to find a lawyer through your site?
Well, the first thing is that when you use Legal River, a business is going to be assured that they're getting a response from an interested and available lawyer. So it's really going to be a time-saving device for businesses from that aspect. The fact that they know that a lawyer who responds to them is willing and interested to work on their case makes it vastly superior from just looking in the yellow pages and cold calling lawyers.
Are costs discussed up front? That tends to be sometimes a little opaque in the legal world.
Absolutely. So when lawyers create responses to businesses issue postings on Legal River, they're going to give an estimated number of billable hours and an estimated rate. So that way it sort of level sets expectations for everybody so that the business knows what to expect and the lawyer is upfront about how long the project is going to take.
Well, let's talk about your project and how it fits into an online services trend. Is this a trend that the recession has impacted at all?
I think it is. One of the things we've noticed is that businesses are using Legal River sort of during off-peak hours, which is to say that as things slow down and as companies sort of lay off employees or through attrition lose some, business managers and owners are spending their 9 to 5 dealing with employees and customers and being on the floor. And then they're going to use professional service providers like Legal River during non-peak hours. So we think the internet, all platforms, offer businesses the ability to do things during sort of the 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. hours, and that's at a huge advantage during the current economic climate.
What's the busiest time of the week? I mean, if you're tracking it as occurring after normal business hours, are there certain days that are busier than others?
No, it's pretty much across the board. Monday through Friday is fairly busy. Obviously, even in a recession, people take the weekends off.
I have this theory that Sunday nights are becoming almost a sixth business day. Do you see any upturn in traffic on Sunday evenings?
It's interesting you should mention that. We do notice that a lot of lawyers are logging onto the system on Sunday evenings and leaving responses. So perhaps you're on the cutting edge of that trend.
Yes, that's what we try to do here. Trend spotting. Tell me about online services in general. Where else are businesses able to take advantage of this trend?
Well, I think, it might have started with Monster.com, people using Craigslist to find employees or source merchandise, and it's really sort of expanding to, Legal River with legal services, or Amazon Turk is a site that I know a lot of businesses are using to sort of outsource a lot of redundant or highly repetitive tasks. So I think there's absolutely a trend of businesses being more willing to go online to do things that are upstream or previously had to be done, in the country or in the neighborhood. People are using websites to leverage the entire country and the entire world.
Let's focus in on your startup experience a little bit. Were you able to take advantage of any similar services in what you did? And just generally talk about the process of launching a new business in this environment.
Yeah, absolutely we were. We didn't have to buy servers when we launched our company. We were able to use Rackspace, which is a cloud provider. So that really drives down the cost for businesses like ours. When we were getting a logo for our site, we went through Genius Rocket to get that work done, which is a way to crowdsource designs. So they're doing something similar to Legal River in the creative space. Being able to work with the University of Maryland has been very helpful as well. We just had a tremendous amount of resources at our disposal from sort of day one incubating this business.
Well, what do you think the long-term implications are of the online services trend? I know there's some other sites that connect freelancers in all different fields, graphic arts, things like that. It seems like a furthering the breakdown of the old employer-employee relationship.
Well, these people technically might not be employees, but you're still able to build up a relationship with them, whether it be digitally or in person. So, as people move towards virtual assistants, I think is another example. You still have to get comfortable, you still have to train the person, you still have to make sure you're both on the same page. It's simply a new way of meeting people. It used to be, you had to go to church or they had to work for a friend of yours, and then, they were able to use the yellow pages to find service providers, and now it's the internet. So that personal aspect is still there. The question is just how do you meet these people? And we're able to do that in a much more efficient way now with the internet.
Well, Reed, congratulations on the launch. Again, it's Legal River. We appreciate your being with us.
Thanks, Jeff.